guys today. So this is how it's going to work. If you happen to have the email in front of you, or if you printed it out in enough time, that's great. If not, no big deal. I'm going to go over and talk about each drill, and Skylar and I are going to show you examples either from her or I. That way you guys know how to do it. And of course, at the bottom of the sheet in the email I sent, my phone number's on there, so you can text me or email me if you have any questions going forward. So today's workout is designed as, this is like a perfect day if you're gonna work on catching. So I started it off with some throwing stuff, and then we're gonna finish with some blocking. And if you do this routine from start to finish, you will be tired and you will have accomplished a lot. So that was my goal when I wrote today's workout. So we're gonna start with the throwing, and I just started it off saying that you should warm up with a throwing progression. If you're not sure what a throwing progression is, what I mean by that is you're starting with your wrist snaps, and then you're moving to full forearm snaps, and at that point you're gonna get long and stand up and go step, step, throw. That's all I meant by that, just a very typical throwing warm up. And then from there, we're gonna go into drill number 1 of the throwing routine, and that is called one knee partner drill. So if you have a partner at home, or if you can find a partner at home, that is the best case scenario. If you have a brick wall or a net and a bucket of balls to throw to, you can also do this drill. So with a partner or without a partner, either way you'd be fine. I would prefer with a partner, and you'll see why. So I'm gonna hand the phone to Coach Jordan, and she's gonna hold it for me while Skylar and I demonstrate, okay? Oh wait, I guess I should, hold on, let me flip my camera. Here we go, all right. Sky, you can get down. Over on this side, Sky. Thank you. You have a ball in your glove? Oh, toss it right here. So we're gonna get on one knee to start. You're gonna start with your glove knee up. Okay, so throwing knee down, glove knee up. It has to be that way, and you'll see why in a moment. Go ahead, Sky. Glove knee up. Perfect. So as you can see, we're a normal distance apart. So you should adjust based on how hard you and your partner are throwing. If you're using this as a warm-up, you can obviously start closer. If you're using this as more of a drill and you pick up the pace with it, you should back up just a little bit. But as you can see, I'm taking my legs out entirely of this equation. So this is working on your upper body. Now that because we're working on our upper body, we need to make sure that we're mechanically doing everything right. So if we're looking at me right now, after I receive the ball, we're gonna bring that glove to the ear. And as you notice, my elbows are already up. Okay, from there we separate, and then I'm gonna be throwing over top. Okay, so again, I'm gonna receive, glove to the ear, separate, throw over top. And then my partner will throw back. Go ahead, Sky. Perfect. Just like that. Glove to the ear, separate, over top. So the quick part of this drill is the receive to the ear. And this is working on your transfer. Okay, your goal here is to be as quick as possible. We don't want to rush, but we want to be as quick as possible. Okay, and the best way to go, this is a great drill if you're working on just getting the ball out of the glove, but it makes sure that we're not flipping. You never want to flip to the hand. You want to catch that ball and pull it out of the glove. Finding that good C grip every time. This is a small ball, just so you guys know. Finding that good C grip over top, tuck that glove at the end. Don't let it flail to the side. Tuck that glove at the end after you throw. Okay? That's perfect. Does anyone have any questions about what I just showed you guys? So some of you have done this drill before, some of you it may be new. What I love about this drill is this is a drill you should be doing to warm up for a game. If you and the other catcher on your team can get together and do this quickly as a quick toss, I highly recommend. It gets your arm ready for game day, it gets your arm ready for throwdowns, and it reinforces that idea that all of your movements are necessary and efficient. Okay, and that's obvious. That's always your goal when we're working on throwing mechanics. Questions about that? All right. So I'm going to move on to drill number 2, and on the list it's called the quarterback drill. So Scott, you can go back out there for me. So with this drill, we are again taking the legs out of the equation and we're working on upper body. So I'm gonna hand the phone off again. There's Sky. So you can spread out a little bit more, but you don't wanna be too long. Because like I said, you are taking your legs out of the equation. So you wanna make sure that you're giving yourself a decent amount of distance so that you can reach your target. Okay, so we wanna be a little more than shoulder width and a bend in our knees. We do not want to be too narrow and we do not want to stand up tall. We want to be in an athletic position, ready to receive and ready to make a throw. Now, from there, the reason this is called a quarterback drill, this is a drill that quarterbacks do on the sidelines, actually. If you ever watch the NFL, you see them do this stationary leg drill. We're going to do the same thing. Again, working on the upper body, incorporating your core a little bit more into the equation. So we're going to start here. After I receive, get right back into that power position. You can get a little bigger this time, or you can stay nice and tight. Get back into that power position and throw over top. Go ahead, Sky. Perfect. So once I'm here, power position, and what you're gonna see is I'm gonna hinge at my hip after I finish my throw, and I'm also gonna tuck my glove. So once I'm here, hinge at my hip, tuck my glove. Working on that upper body, using your core. Go ahead, Sky. Perfect. One more time. Over top. Questions about that? Good? Pretty self-explanatory, but again, nice, Melissa. Good, I see you guys working. Perfect. So again, very simple drill, but very effective. Another great drill to do before a game. Also a really great drill to warm up with. Again, you can do the workouts I send you guys consecutively, so you can do everything in order that I gave it to you, or you can mix it up. Do whatever you want, be creative. All of that is fine. Pull pieces from other workouts and combine them. I do that kind of stuff all the time. Now, for the last throwing drill, we're working more on the actual throwing mechanics. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna review the 4 throwing steps with you, and then I'm gonna move on to the last drill, so of the throwing portion. So the last drill is called Sam Says, so it's like Simon Says, but it's Sam Says. Today it's actually gonna be Skylar Says, because she's gonna tell me what to do. But before we do that, let me go over those 4 steps so that you can follow along with this next drill. So let me hand this phone off again. So, when we're thinking about doing a throwdown, we went over this last week for those of you that tuned in or saw the video later. I think I touched on it the week before as well. When we're doing a throwdown, we have 4 steps that we're going through, just like when you're doing a swing. So you're gonna start in your catching stance, and step 1 will always be catch. Okay, you have to catch the ball first. Receiving is the most important part. So step 1 is catch. Step 2, I'm gonna step with my throwing foot and bring my glove to my ear. And look where I am again. Those first 2 drills we just worked on. I'm in the same spot that I started warming up with. So again, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm in that power position, separation, nice and low. And if Skylar's my target, I'm facing her right now. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, back up. 3, and then 4. We come over top. Hinge at that hip, tuck that glove, just like we did in the last drill. So one more time, I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when we're doing this drill, you have to have a partner. What that partner is going to do is call out the step that you're going to be in. So everyone's going to start at step 1. Your partner would then say 2, and you hold that position until your partner says the next step. So she could say 2, go back to 1, 1, 3, 4, 2, oh, here, 1. So we're gonna do it in real time, and Skylar's gonna help me out. Here, I'll hold on to the ball. You just yell out enough. You can come close. You don't have to back up.
Yeah, come close, Sky.
Perfect. So just yell out the numbers as you're ready. Make sure I pause. 3, 2, 4, 1. 4, 3, 1. Perfect. See how that goes? Questions about that? Again, simple drill. You could even do it by yourself. You technically don't need a partner. I like having a partner because I think it, leaves that little bit of surprise open for you so that you don't know what number's coming next. And it gets you tired. It's a little bit of a leg workout. So that's the other good part about that drill. Any questions about the throwing going forward? Okay. So let's move on to the blocking portion. So before I get into the actual drills, I'm just going to review mechanics for the blocking really quickly. So when we're blocking, we're making sure that we're doing a kickback. Our knees replace our feet. Our glove's going to fill that hole. Our hand's going to go behind, and we're going to tuck that chin into the chest. Okay, using our chest and our body to the best of our ability, and we're making sure that we keep that chin in our chest because once we turn, we're then exposing our neck. Your mask is there. It will protect you. That's the whole point of it. Your parents spend tons of money on catching equipment. Use the catching equipment. So I'm going to hand this off to Jordan. I'm just going to demonstrate the blocking mechanics, and then Skylar's going to actually move into drill number 1 with me. For the warm-up for blocking, I put this on there. It's called it's technically the first drill, but I use it as a warm-up for a catching blocking routine. It's called a pyramid. So what a pyramid is are simply just dry blocks. You have no ball. You're just going to do blocks consecutively in a row. And if you see the number sequence I listed, it says 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. So you do 2 in a row, then you do 4 in a row, then 6, then 8, then 10, and then you come back down the other side of the pyramid, 8, 6, 4, 2. And again, that's all for speed, but you're not rushing. We're never rushing. We're only going as quickly as we possibly can and efficiently as we possibly can. So let me hand this off to Jordan one more time. So once again, just those quick blocking mechanics. Once we're in that catching stance, my knees are going to replace my feet. My feet are going to go back. Chest over top, glove in the hole, tuck that chin, ending up right here. That's what we're going straight down. Okay, and if you look, my butt is not resting on my feet. I'm up, creating that angle towards the ground, and I can visually see where the ball is going to land after I block it. Now, if we're going left and right, we have to make sure that we send our body in that direction. I personally do not teach a step. I think it takes up time. I teach my kids to send and throw their hips out and just create that angle with their body. So if I'm going to my right side, here I am. Just a little bit of an angle towards home plate, throwing my hips out. Quick, efficient, easy to get to. Same thing for the other side. We're here, down this way. This is definitely my weaker side, I just realized that. Easy mechanics, efficient mechanics. Sky, do you want to grab 3 balls really quick? So like I said, you can do a pyramid where you're here, 1, 2, give yourself a break, and then you would go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how the pyramid goes. And you give yourself a break in between each set, work your way up to 10, work your way back down to 2. First drill on the list is just a simple roll drill. So Sky's gonna sit right next to Jordan where the camera is actually. So I like to do them in a sequence. And the way I like to do it is that I go to my right, then I go to my left, then I go straight on. And on the straight on block, you pop up into that throwing position. So let me demonstrate for you. Right, left, middle. Yep. Hold on, a little slower. Perfect. Right, pop up into that throwing position. And you can switch that up. You can do 6 in a row, you can do 3 in a row. And you can also do it where the person rolling the ball doesn't tell you where they're rolling it, so it's more of a surprise. The second drill I listed on there, is triples. So for this drill, line up 3 balls, about, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 feet apart almost. Now, these just represent cones, essentially. You're going to use them as your points of entry. This is the ball you're trying to block. You're imagining that ball is coming towards you. Now, this drill is great because you don't need anybody else. This drill is also great because you can add balls. Okay, you don't necessarily have to limit yourself to 3. I loved this drill when I was a kid because I would line up 20 balls in my basement and I would go up and I would go back with the blocking. You do that 4 times, you're going to be tired, and that's a lot of reps when you think about it. So this is working on middle and side to side blocking. So you're going to start out on this first ball, block straight down. Return to your feet in the same position, blocking to your left. Return to the feet, to the left. Feet, straight down, right, right. You can go as quick as you want. You can take your time. If you're gonna go quick, make sure we don't rush. And remember each time when you start with a middle block, and before you change direction to come the other way, you end with a middle block. Again, speed it up as much as you want. Challenge yourself, add more balls. Great drill to do on your own. So as far as that goes, that is my quick throwing and blocking workout for catchers. This is the type of workout that I would do with my dad all the time. This is what got me ready. I love doing these types of workouts like the Thursday or Friday before a tournament, sharpening myself up. But for you guys right now, you can be doing this all the time. You can be doing it in your backyard. I see some of you are there with your sisters and your moms and your dads and stuff. That's awesome. Hopefully they can help you and be your throwing partners with this. If you look at the sheet that was sent out, at the bottom, I put a little refresher about the mental part of catching and the catching mentality. Just to review that, I put those 3 responsibilities on there. And of course, those are blocking every ball that comes to us, controlling your defense, and taking care of your pitcher. If you listened in last week, I talked a lot about that. Next Wednesday, we're gonna do another mental catching session. So I'll be sending something out for that as well. But please text me videos of you guys doing this stuff. I would love to see it. I'll totally give you feedback. The couple people who did text me, I gave them feedback. I love getting the videos. So please send me them, girls, and ask questions. Does anyone have any questions before I pop off? All right, ladies. I see you shaking your head at me. Well, I had a good time. I hope you guys learned something. And like I said, if you 3 or 4 days from now, you're going to do this exercise and you can't quite remember, certain parts of a drill or how the order that you should go, just text me and text me the name of the drill. I'll know exactly what you're talking about because I came up with all these names myself. So do not hesitate. I'm here for you guys. Thanks for logging on. So I'll see you girls later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
See you next week. Thanks, girls.
Bye.